Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Arkenhelm again, bringing you another replay again from Alexander the Emerald Knight.
How's it going, everyone?
Uh, Another replay of his from PAX East, and he's going up against Jay. Jay has some pretty powerful looking hitters here.
Yeah, we're looking at Azumarill, Sceptile, a Magnezone, Mawile, Absol, and Metagross. So the one unfortunate thing we have here looking at this team preview is we have no ungodly idea of who his Mega Pokemon is.
Yeah, it's
So
four options there.
yeah, so that's one of those things you look at and you go, well, all right, I'm not even gonna bother guessing because I'll just wait and find out.
hmm Yeah, and I know Azumarill, Belly Drum Azumarill terrifies me.
Yes.
Uh, I don't know how well it works in triple battles because you have multiple Pokemon that could potentially hit it.
Yeah, it's a little tougher there, but if you let it get set up, uh, good luck to you.
Yeah.
The other thing is here, I mean, looking at his team compared to my team, you've got three steel types who all resist psychic attacks. His Metagross, which is super duper resistant to it. Um, you also have Absol, who is dark type, who is going to put a hurting on my Pokemon. So this is not looking favorable for me.
Oh yeah, definitely doesn't look good. Um,
I'm nervous for myself here.
yeah, I wouldn't count you out though.
Yes.
It's you got the triple battle thing on your side, so it's a good chance that this Jay is not experienced in triple battles.
And here's the good thing. I'm experiencing this all again with all of you because I have no idea whether I won this or not.
Yeah, it's at the time of recording, it's been like a month and a half since PAX,
Yes.
so we it's very hard to remember battles from that long ago.
Yes. Yes, it is. But I will do my best to let you know what I was thinking, which is going to be tough because I can't sometimes tell you what I was thinking yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes you see things that you've done and you're like, that makes
Why did I?
absolutely
Yes.
no sense. Why did I do
What?
that?
Why did I do that? What was I thinking?
I've had moments on like that recording these videos before
Yeah.
already, so
Wait, I did what?
yeah. Okay. So let's see how it turns out here.
All right, so I'll be starting with my usual suspects of Espeon, Bronzong, and Mr. Mime. We'll see Jay. Jay is pretty much throwing out everything that could really do a hurt on my Pokemon right now.
hmm
So we've got the Metagross, we've got the Mawile, and we've got Absol centering things out.
Yep.
And here we go. Here's his Mega. It's Mawile.
So ends the suspense right off the bat there.
Yep. So seeing that he had all three Pokemon that are primarily physically based, I said, okay, I'm going to throw the Reflect up first.
hmm
The one thing that I have going is that Espeon is so fast, so he is able to do that. So Pursuit not really doing a whole lot of damage there to the Bronzong. I don't know if he expected me to switch out or not.
hmm
Um, I would think that even though it is super effective, he had maybe better options to do. Oh yeah, and there's that play rough beating the tar out of my Espeon.
hmm
So yeah, so I figured that with my type disadvantage here, that my Bronzong was basically going to be better off just trying to attack things and get rid of the dark type.
hmm Oh, so you're gonna lock him into Swords Dance.
Yep.
So he's gonna get very scary, but he's not gonna be able to hit for a while.
Right. So the idea is lock him into that, and then hopefully that my Bronzong can take him out before he can actually do anything with those boosts. Because, spoiler alert, my Espeon and my Mr. Mime have nothing other than Psychic to do damage. So
Yeah.
they're not going to be able to touch him.
hmm
But you can see he's locked into that, and he's weak enough now that one more Gyro Ball will do the trick.
Yeah.
Let's heal Espeon here.
And that worked
See
out
if we can
well
keep.
because the Sucker Punch didn't do anything because of that.
Sure. So now that I locked him in, I'm going to Baton Pass. So here's where I was hoping to do pretty much every battle is Baton Pass that Nasty Plot boost to my Sigilyph. So now it's got the +2 special attack, and then hopefully I can get a couple of Cosmic Power boosts, which will make him really scary with Stored Power.
hmm
Alright, so He basically decided that he was going to let the Absol take the feint there without instead of switching him out. So I went with the Earthquake there because I knew that it was going to be enough to finish off the Absol, plus I would get super effective damage on both the Mega Mawile and the Metagross. So
Yeah.
that was kind of the thinking there.
It seems like a good choice considering your Espeon didn't take a whole lot of damage there.
Right. The Reflect basically helps him with that. So I'm basically just trying to preserve Espeon at this point so that hopefully I can maybe set up a light screen if I need to. I wasn't too concerned about the Magnezone because I figured I could just Earthquake the world here.
Hmm.
And there I passed the burn on because that's, crippling a physical attacker like Metagross is really going to come in handy. This Mawile is just not relenting on my poor Espeon.
Got
So
hidden power.
I'm assuming that's Hidden Power Fire.
Uh, yeah, it's a good possibility.
I
Still
mean, I
took that
can't
really
think.
well.
Look at this. Look at
Yeah,
Bronzong doing some offensive work here.
yeah, that was really nice.
So I'm going to try and predict myself here. I don't know if I think I'm going to put light screen up with Espeon here and not go for, or I'm going to attack. I didn't think I was going to go for the Morning Sun there because it really wasn't going to make a difference between the play rough from the Mawile. It was going to be enough to take it down. So there was no
Yeah.
sense in wasting the turn to heal.
Hmm.
So this is actually looking better than I thought this was going to be for me.
Yeah, you're doing pretty well.
Alright, so finally Espeon goes down, but he did his job.
Yeah, and Earthquake is gonna be able to take out that Mawile now.
Yep. Actually, it should probably take out all three here,
Yeah.
which is an awesome feeling in a triple battle.
Hmm.
Alright,
So
so they're falling like dominoes.
yeah, you actually have the upper hand now because you only lost your Espeon,
hmm
and Jay has lost 4 Pokemon now.
So I lost track. Was that my first stored power boost with Sigilyph, or did I get two? No, I know I Psycho Shifted, so I've lost track.
Yeah, I think that was probably the first, although I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
So I'm probably going to try and Roost to heal it up a bit. Yeah. All right. So the Azumarill is scary. So I think see, 3-on-2 here. So I may have just decided to go start attacking.
Hmm.
So that's interesting. Dual chop there on a Sceptile. You gotta wonder if maybe that was built to be a Mega Sceptile.
Possibly.
Dual chop is not something you typically see on a Sceptile. Yeah, look that you can see how hard that stored power hit.
Yeah.
So even with just one cosmic power boost, with the nasty plot boost, you're basically still, you're dealing even more damage
Yep.
because you're boosting that stored power. I believe it's a base 80 at that point, but backed up by the +2 special attack. Yeah, that
Now,
replay.
what
Everything.
type of move is stored power?
Psychic.
It's a psychic, so it
So
gets
it is.
stab.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
definitely.
The one issue that my team had, and it wasn't really on display here, but really had some issues with dark types because a lot of my Pokemon, Sigilyph, Espeon, and Mr. Mime had no attacking moves that were not psychic.
Hmm.
So if got into a situation where I had a dark type and I didn't have anything else to take it out, it was basically like, oh well, there's nothing you can do here.
Yeah. Yeah. You when you create a mono type team, you definitely put yourself at risk of just being countered.
Because that's the one thing too that I didn't do is I didn't create this team specifically as a gym leader team. These are all just Pokemon that I have, and I just put them together, which isn't necessarily always a way I would recommend building a team,
Yeah.
but where this isn't like we mentioned before, is that this isn't a tournament. This isn't a situation where you need to be as competitive as possible. So just using my pals that I like.
Yeah. Yeah. And and I find that in the PAX Pokemon League, you don't need to be like hyper competitive and putting together the best team possible
Right.
to have good battles.
That's the one thing that I've always told leaders who it's their first time being a leader at the PAX Pokemon League. Because when we're planning out our teams and people are looking for suggestions and they're bouncing ideas off of each other, everyone starts getting worried when you're a new leader about how am I going to handle this threat? How am I going to handle this threat? And then I always tell everyone, I said, listen, your team is going to do much better than you think it's going to do. Because unlike if you're in any way familiar with competitive battling, you're probably maybe in the top percentile of trainers who are going to be involved in the PAX Pokemon League. And that's one of the great things about the PAX Pokemon League is that it really attracts everybody who is just a fan of Pokemon. So you might get people who are, kind of new to competitive battling and they're not as experienced with it. So I always tell everyone, I said, listen, your team is going to do a lot better than you think it's going to do. So don't spend too much time panicking about one thing or another. And a lot of it too depends on what tier that you're into.
Hmm.
I mean, you figure if you're in like a casual tier, don't worry about it. If you're a veteran tier, all right, maybe you want to put some more hardcore thought into it.
Yeah, yeah. When we do attract all different ages, all different skill levels. I did face a little girl who was I had terrible at guessing ages, but I'd say 8 or 9 or so. Um, and then I'm facing people, my own age or older. People probably maybe in their 30s, and either they have experience competitively, or they could still have no experience competitively at all.
Sir, what are you trying to say about people in their 30s?
Um, they're the average gamer. I believe the average gamer right now is like 31 or something like that.
Yes, I am 34, so
I myself am 24.
yeah.
Oh,
So
I'm 23. I will be 24 in a couple months.
yeah, see, you lose track after 21, I find.
Yeah, starting to forget.
Well, you get to that point where you have to stop and think when someone asks you how old you are, and you go, "Wait, what year was I born? What year is it now?" You got to do the math,
Hmm.
and then as you get older, then you have to start doing some really hard math. Yeah, it's bad news.
Break out the calculator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you do? What are you doing with that? Oh, I'm trying to figure out how old I am.
Wait, what year was I born again? No. But yeah, you don't necessarily need to have a really competitive team. Like my first year challenging, I went through with the team I used in the game, and I had no idea what I was doing. I went through. I had a special attacking Dragonite without multiscale, um, and my whole strategy was to set up a rain dance and then use Hurricane
Yeah.
and Thunder. It didn't work out quite as well as I expected. But I did manage to get 4 badges, and I did it challenged very casually that year. Um, so it's definitely even if you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna get crushed. Find casual gym leaders, and you'll do plenty fine.
Yeah,
I,
definitely.
I even my first year, I managed to be a veteran tier leader with my team. So just because you don't know what you're doing, not a big deal in the PAX Pokemon League.
Yeah, definitely. As a challenger, you have so many options available to you, and there are, definitely going to be leaders of whatever ability or experience level that you are. And then the other thing to keep in mind too, as you're a challenger, is that you do have a little bit of an advantage over the leaders because they're restricted to their type or their theme.
Mm-hmm.
So their options can be somewhat limited. So that kind of gives you a little bit of an advantage over them too. But like I said, a lot of times you get a lot of our leaders who are very knowledgeable and very skilled. So some of us are able to overcome those type differences, like we just witnessed.
Yeah, yeah. But those gym leaders are also very willing to give you tips or help you out in any way.
Yeah, that's another. And I'm glad you mentioned that because that's the one thing that I would encourage people to do if they haven't already is check out the forums for the PAX Pokemon League. The website it's probably in the description, but I'll
Mm-hmm.
give it to you anyways. It's paxpokemonleague.net. Hit the forums there, sign up, and get involved with the discussion because now, especially where we have 4 different PAX events, there's always some discussion going on all year round.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good place to go. There's always people. asking for advice, and there's no shortage of people who are willing to give you some suggestions and some helpful hints.
Yeah. Everyone there is always willing to give you help if you want to know how to build a Pokemon or what moves or anything like that. You start a thread and you'll get people giving you advice.
Yeah, like anything else, if you're just kind of, scratching the surface of competitive nature of a certain game, there are places that you can go and get wonderful information, but it can be daunting because there just might be so much information, and the people there are just so much more experienced. I will say this without a shadow of a doubt that no matter how long you've been playing Pokemon games, how experienced you are, there is no more welcoming community for players than the PAX Pokemon League.
Definitely. Yeah.
And that's not a knock on anywhere else. Just my experience is just because of the nature of the people that are attracted to the PAX Pokemon League, and it's not so geared on top level competition that it's got that welcoming aura to it.
Hmm. Well, thank you for recording another of your replays with me.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
And as Al mentioned, there will be links to the forum down below in the info section, as well as links to everywhere else. As I usually put, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and check out our Twitch channel. I appreciate you checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.